Good day, race fans, and welcome to the MRL Xfinity Series, your Wednesday night premiere iRacing League. Thank you for joining us this evening. As always, I am Finn in the booth, and this race is brought to you by the Intentional Wreck Podcast, the podcast for race fans by race fans. You can check them out live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on Twitch, and then later on your favorite streaming platform for podcasts. A special shout out for their episode this week will be a live Sunday, it's a Saturday night, a live during the final race of the In Real Life NASCAR season. So make sure to check those guys out at twitch.tv/intentionalwreckpod. Okay, but enough of that and more of where we are tonight. The fantastic, beautiful sunset here. We've got a night race at Kentucky Speedway. 140 laps here at this 1.4 mile oval, and it is going to be a blast. The speeds are fast. I'm seeing a lot of guys struggle a bit with the car on exit of the turn. We are sure to have a blast this evening. Now, our favorite part of the broadcast, talking to some of the personalities here. The race, and I think we should start with our winner from last week. So let's see if we can dial up the 23 car. Wait, Sean, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. First race after your first win in the MRL, and your second actually tied with the fastest lap on the speed charts. How are you feeling tonight, and what's the car feeling like on the track?
The car feels great. I feel great. It's my home track. I love Kentucky.
Whereabouts in Kentucky are you from?
Around the Lexington area.
Okay. I got family out in Boyle County, Danville, Junction City. I don't know. I never been. I was told not to go. All right, so obviously mastered the left and the right turns last night. How's the car feeling? You say it feels good. Do you prefer loose race cars? Is it tight on exit? Just kind of well balanced everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty well balanced from what I've ran. It's like glued to the track, but not enough to where like you're gonna be tied off the corners. The rear end still wants to step out a little bit, but not enough to where you're wrecking loose. So it's kind of a good balance in the car.
Absolutely. Well, the pressure's off you for now, as you are guaranteed a spot in the chase, I believe, by your win last week. So good luck tonight. You've had great speed week to week, so excited to see you compete for another one, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, good luck in qualifying. All right, we're going to throw him back up in there, and yeah, we're going to let these guys qualify a bit. An important thing to note for tonight's race, there will be a caution at lap 11. There will be a tribute to a very important member of this racing community, the MRL and the BRL. You can see there in the bottom right, he ran the 12 number in at least BRL. Don't know if he ran it in MRL, and that is Dennis Puckett. So we will have a caution and a moment of silence during the 12th lap of this race as this community mourns the loss of a friend and a fellow racer and competitor. While these guys get their qualifying laps underway, we are going to take you to observe our nation's colors during the national anthem. And we are back here at Kentucky Speedway, one of the fastest tracks that we've had in a while, as we have spent a little bit of time at the short tracks. We're coming off a road course at Watkins Glen. We spoke to last week's winner, that is Rayshon Wingfield. I mean, if you want to go back and watch an incredible performance, I mean, the 23 car spun coming out of the first, he's P2, had the fastest car on the track. They had a pit cycle under green, spins the car, ends up back in 20th, fights all the way through the field, and then a daring restart after the stage break sent him from P8 to P2, and then from there, kept it clean, and eventually won a 3-car race. 3 guys, I mean, under a blanket. That is Jared Kelly, the road course ringer, Daniel Plant Smith, the driver of the 31 machine that's got 2 wins on the season, but it was Wingfield that, I mean, fantastic drive. I mean, you have those 2 guys just completely in your rearview mirror the entire time, and finding a way to win, and not only just win, his first win, he says, in this series at all. So a hell of a time to have it. And now Kentucky comes up. So as you can see from the times at the moment, we've got David Owens up top, Hunter Manley, who had the pole at Darlington in the 26 machine. Looks like these 1.5 miles are kind of his specialty. A lot of speed here. I wonder if we can go find Mr. Manley. Hey, Hunter, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
All right, so a real fast lap and a pretty solid practice as well. So last time we saw you this much speed in practice qualifying was Darlington, and then you spent a lot of that race getting those Darlington stripes. What you got figured out here at Kentucky, and what's the plan for tonight?
It's really just trying to figure out how to get through 3 and 4 quickly, because that's such a long sweeping corner. It just seems like I can't find that sweet spot. So if we find some speed there, I think we'll make up some spots. But honestly, biggest thing for tonight is just not to do what we did in Darlington and get in an accident.
Yeah, I mean, you led a good chunk of the start of that race, but again, typical Darlington, the moment you have to deal with traffic, and then of course the car getting tight, trying to manage that, trying to be fast. Obviously one of the faster guys in the league at these 1.5 miles. So super excited to see that. It looks like you're going to get the outside pole position outside of Owens. How's it racing? I've heard balanced. I've heard a little bit of tight. What are you feeling?
Personally, a lot of tight. It seems like you're off throttle quite a bit. The guys who can keep that car rotating through the entire run, I think, are going to be your competitors tonight, which fingers crossed we can keep it rotating, because I was burning a right front during practice. Very heavy.
I've been there. Well, you guys are gridding up. Good luck tonight, sir. Glad to see you back up front.
Thank you. Take it easy.
You too. All right, so that is the 26 machine of Hunter Manley. So real quick on these 1.5 miles, and it'll be David Owens with your pole. Let's go have a chat with Old 11 real quick and see what he's doing. David Owens is spinning the booth. You got me?
60.
Oh, you're talking under the thing, aren't you?
Hey, boys. All right, another night of racing here. Wednesday Night Xfinity Series. Stage is lap 60, so that's what we're going to have. But we're also going to have a caution thrown coming to lap 11. Just a heads up for a silent lap 12 for Dennis Puckett, the founder of Bonfire Racing League, with his brother Josh Puckett. So we'll throw the yellow right before lap 11 starts, so the leader catches it, and we have a full lap under yellow for lap 12 as a moment of silence for him, because of the community that he was able to build with Bonfire and assisted with MRL as well. Big part of the community here. So we will have that. No pitting under that yellow. If you pit, it will be a 1-lap black flag. Just a heads up. Leader has lane choice. Leader has restart. Chooses on restarts. Go initial starts on flagman. Restarts are on leader. No change in lanes before the start finish line. You'll know that. So let's have a good race. Yeah, Finn, I got you.
All right, I was going to let you talk it out. So, all right, hot lap, David Owens on the pole. I mean, you had a little bit of a slow start to the season, and outside of Watkins Glen, which we won't mention, you've shown some pace here. What you got figured out in Kentucky, and are you as tight as everybody else is dealing with?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm hoping for. Hopefully, this will help turn the season around. Watkins Glen was better of a race, so definitely enjoying it. So hopefully we can have a good race here tonight, and hopefully this turns the season around.
Sounds good. All right, man. Well, good luck. I'm going to throw you're in Gulf Coast Racing, right? I should throw you back in that chat.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to throw you
Yes,
back in
sir.
there, let you get locked in here. Congrats on the pole, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that is David Owens, your pole sitter, as these guys get racked up. We've got 140 laps, as you heard there from the man himself, a lap 11 caution in honor of Dennis Puckett, where we have a lap of silence and remembrance. And then after that, the next scheduled caution will be the stage break at lap 60. And then after that, we are home free. Only cautions will be those caused by chaos on the racetrack. But these guys get fanned out here, and hopefully they get back caught up to the pack here, as we are going to be going green this time by your front row, David Owens and Hunter Manley. Behind them, Colin Bollinger, two-time winner. Nate Maurer, former champion. So some champions in row 2 here. Matt Tucker and Volpus make up row 3. Wingfield, last week's winner, will line up next to Lynott. Wilson and McCorder is your top 10. As this pace car drops down here, it is going to be the 11 of David Owens, bringing us down to green for the MRL Xfinity Series at Kentucky.
Flag.
All right, this is one of those good ones. All right, no Darlington with no passing lanes, no Watkins Glen with right turns. We're back to standard NASCAR rules. The fastest man wins, and right now we got a battle up front. 2 wide. Owens trying to clear the 26 of Manley. Bollinger, who has 2 wins on the year at these style of racetracks. More so the shorter side, but quick at Dover, and there he is at the bottom there. Side by side with Manley for P2 here. Maurer and Lynott happy to slide in. Single file behind them here. All right, everybody mentioning as Maurer's going to drop down below to 53. Looks like they will need both clear Manley. Manley not looking forward to being on that outside unpreferred lane. Hell, even Lynott gets to the inside of him. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide as Amanda's in the wall behind. Lynott, a big-time move to the inside of Maurer. Looking for P3 here, and they're fanning out. This is what makes Kentucky Speedway so great. So many lanes to choose from. But which one is fastest and which one makes you have the long-term consequences with that tire wear here, as it looks like McCorder up 5 spots already. P10 gets a little loose on exit there next to Volpus and that 98 machine. McCorder and that 15 extremely fast. But again, who's managing the tires? Who's making sure they've got speed here in about 15-20. Keep in mind, lap 4 here, there will be a caution thrown on lap 11. We're still staying here side by side with McCorder and Manley, who started this race in P2, continuing to slide back here. Lynott touches the wall just a little bit. Oh, there's another couple hitting the wall on exit. Looks like Dalton Wilson at 977. We stay with this battle here up front. This is where the excitement is. Oh, McCorder gets a little tight on exit. Shot. Here comes the 66, your points leader, I believe, Matt Tucker. One of the more consistent drivers on the series. These guys will single file out. Let's get in here. Dave Kirkpatrick, he's racing Dalton Wilson. Ty Keela, that's Rayshon Wingfield, last week's winner, in the front of this group. 24 machine also up 5 spots. Kirkpatrick going low for what would be his 7th spot since the start of this race. Wingfield, 2nd fastest in practice. Hasn't translated too much of the race. Has lost 1 spot since the beginning of it. As we get those lap times updated. Uh-oh. Keela had a good run, wanted to get the bottom. Kirkpatrick had similar ideas. These guys continue to fight here. Get up. McCorder continues to battle. This is Tucker to the inside of him in the 66 machine. Again, McCorder moved up a ton of spots. Looks like things are starting to equalize. You're starting to pay the price for pushing the car as hard as he was. As they stay side by side. As you stay side by side, you will use more and more and more tire as we go. Take a look later, back in the pack. This is Joey Stiers in that 18 machine. He's racing Andrew Bolander. Actually, no, that is Bolander in the normal Stiers M&M machine. He's running in that 8. Likes to run a lot of in-real-life schemes today, honoring Kyle Busch there in that machine. He's racing Randy Cornwell. Right next to him is Ricky Mandela Jr., or Senior, rather. Uh-oh, we got some spinning here. My bad. Big save there by Cornwell. Mandela and Cornwell getting to each other. And look at that, just like that, Bolander. Andrew Bolander coming off a win in the Monday Night Cup Series for the MRL at Kansas. So while he starts in the back, he is up 8 spots since the beginning of this race. And Wilson gets a good one there. Let's battle back up to this battle. It looks like the McCorder has cleared the 66. Found some speed on the outside. Here he goes for another spot. This is the 26 of Manley. Let's not sleep here. We might have a battle for the lead shaping up here in Kentucky. 53, Dr. Dune, Dr. Pepper machine has been terrifying to the league so far. He's got 2 wins on the year, and he's coming for P1, and there is our caution. So why was the flag thrown here at Kentucky? Well, this league is mourning the loss of a friend, a competitor, a racer, and a big part of what makes this community great. Dennis Puckett unfortunately lost his life earlier this year, and him and his brother, Josh Puckett, were big founders of the Bonfire Racing League, a sister league to this league, and competed heavily in the MRL. And I just want to say he helped shape this community, and they wanted to take some time to honor him and his number by a moment of silence here to remember Mr. Puckett for lap 12 of this race. So if you could please join me in that. Thank you for that. It is never an easy time, and we remember those that helped shape and impact our lives, whether that be from our day-to-day or even in our online gaming communities. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that we appreciate all the friendships that are forged as a newcomer to the BRL and the MRL. You could just tell that these guys enjoy racing each other. They support each other's in their in real life endeavors. They sponsor each other's. They sponsor each other. Kai, I'm talking. Sorry, my daughter chooses to interrupt me now. But it's these guys. This is a family league, and they take care of each other. They look out for each other, and I know they're all feeling this loss. So as we prepare to go back racing here, it'll be David Owens in the 11 before our caution. Was getting run down here by this 53 machine, so it'll be interesting to see now that the tires have cooled down a bit. Where will the speed be? Who is going to be paying the tax, the speed tax of using those tires up now that everybody is back stacked up? And here we go here as they get through the gears. Kyle Lynott has worked his way up to P3, and it looks like he's got a great start here, pushing the 11 all the way around the bottom of this racetrack, looking to clear to 53 on exit. He's going to try, and he can't. 53 gets a good run. That 988 machine is trapped on the bottom, though. Looks like he saved a bit of tire here, and looks like he might be able to, I don't know, that 53 is hard charging on the outside. Again, one of the fastest cars before the caution came out. So he will stay with this 3-car battle here for P2 as Owens just wants them to get side by side and use up as much of their stuff as they can. Colin able to clear. Oh man, some guys up into the wall right in front of the 8 of Bolander. And Lynott now is trapped on the high lane. It'll be Maurer and now McQuarter looking to the inside of that 988 machine. So yeah, it looks like a lot of speed here. Does the 11, is he saving tires? Is he managing that gap? Or do you have a scenario where one car is holding up as all of these guys with speed are flying up to the front? Here comes Tucker and Volpus on that bottom lane, just a few rows back. Manley getting back in the fight. Sliding it on the outside. Look at these guys getting up and out of the wall. They're driving the wheels off of these things. So Manley, Wingfield getting in the battle again. Not the best qualifying effort from the 23. And dropped a bit back early in this race. Now back inside the top 10. These guys are diving it in. A lot of folks talked about the big sweeping 3 and 4 at this track and being able to roll the corner, maintain speed, not get too tight as you see a lot of guys touch the wall on exit. Sound like somebody got into the wall, but here is a pass for the lead. The 53 didn't get it before our first caution. Now he does have it. New leader, Colin Bollinger. And the 53 machine, the 2-time winner this season in the MRL Xfinity Series. Oh man, a big slap of the wall here by Manley. We just talked about the last time that he was qualified up front. And that was at Darlington. Did a lot of the same, struggling with a tight race car. Got that early lap speed, but struggling to manage that tire. Can that Liquid Death Toyota stay up front, stay relevant in this race as we've got Tucker nice and smooth through the throttle. Kentucky is a track that's going to get gradually tighter as they go, so it's all going to be about who takes care of that right front tire. What does that mean? That means willing to back that corner up, willing to not drive it so hard. Again, short-term speed we saw at the beginning of this race, the 15 flying up to the field, gained about 5 to 6 spots. Now kind of leveled out, maybe even under attack here from Manley. Let's go further back in this pack. We've got some side-by-side racing here. It's Robert Babcock side-by-side with Olander Kirkpatrick up 6 spots in the start of this race. He's battling on the outside of 2-time winner this year, the Pennzoil 31 of Daniel Plant Smith. So 27's got some wheels on the outside. Is that Lynott, who has fallen all the way back to 10th here since this restart. Restarted in 3rd. 988 machine is struggling. Get here with the 23 machine, last week's winner, and him and Joseph Volpus got this 26 machine in their sights. Big check up there is McQuarter, maybe a little bit slower on exit. Manley gets a good run after saving the car from hitting the wall, and he'll dive to the inside this 15. stay with this two-car battle. Maurer making a move for P2 here on the bottom. These guys about 7/10 back from your leader. Bollinger, one of the more talented drivers in the field, certainly knows how to maintain his tires, but maintain speed while doing so. But Maurer, who has been quick throughout the year, really just has struggled a lot with getting his car to the front and staying up there. We've seen him compete for some stage wins, but we haven't really seen him up front at the end of the race battling for a win. So here is P2. Can he put down some laps to go run down this 53? This is 2 champions in this league. Winfield, big run. Looks like Volpis has gotten past McWhorter and Winfield. Good clean racing from the boys tonight. Certainly going to get to bed early if we keep this up. Volpis in the wall there on exit. Oh, Cornwell as well, avoiding the 2 of Babcock. That target machine is quick every single week, but tragedy seems to hit him. Hasn't found the speed early in this race. Missed this, but Tucker just cleared past Owens. Somebody in the wall on entry. So the 66 machine has finished second in the first 3 races of this season. Has not had the taste of victory lane. It looks like he's probably getting around here the quickest out of anybody outside of the 53. Dropped a bit on the initial restart, but up to P3 now. Let's check back in here again. Bollinger, your biggest mover so far, up 13 spots. He's up to P12 now again. One for the MRL Next Gen Series. That runs on Monday nights. If you enjoy iRacing and the MRL Series, they have Monday Night Mayhem. That's 11 p.m. Next Gen Cup Series racing. And of course, Wednesday Night Xfinity, you're here now. Thursday night, they run the trucks. Friday night, they are at ARCA. So a lot of different style of racing, a lot of guys that are unique to their various series. And of course the regulars. Here's the regulars now. Regulars up to the front. Here is Tucker. Continues to reel in this 971. Maurer running a 60 scheme, but it's a similar paint scheme to what he normally runs. Probably just, again, these guys racing so many leagues. There's so many laps run by these guys here. Tucker finally gets a look on the inside. You got to think Maurer understands the tire difference. And nice clean racing there as the 66 will clear, slide up, and now we will see. Does he have anything for this 53? Oh, actually, no, a little bit of a crossover move here by Maurer. Never say die for the champion. 66 on this outside. Yep, we'll get cleared. Are we just going to trade crossover moves? We will. It's looking like a Gen 6 Texas race. And we have a yellow flag here. Yellow flag. Uh-oh. We talked about that too, Machine, how much speed he has week to week here. Cornwell gets a little bit of net code there, and that spends 3 cars. Oh, Novella's involved as well. All right, everybody's okay. All right, all good. A little bit of damage to the rear of that 975, but nothing to worry about. So, do these guys come down and get tires here? Lap 30 of a scheduled 140. Again, your stage break will come at lap 60. We'll see if we see these guys duck down. Gotta think Maurer, not knowing that caution was coming, could have fought the 66 off and maybe had P2 locked up with fresh tires here, but then again, you have to be consistent on pit road, as consistent as you are on the racetrack. We talk about Matt Novella. We talked about Bollinger, who won that Monday Night Cup race. Novella started on the pole and got into some contact early in the race and spun. So Novella having a rough week so far, as these guys will head down pit road for service. All right, let's see if there's any first box benefit here for David Owens. Novella is going to pit real quick. Don't know if he just took tire. He's up a ton. That'll be the first car off. Then Lynott, Kirkpatrick, the 31 Plant, Tucker, Bollinger, Bauer. So maybe some, let's look at some, what do we have here? Maybe a couple 2-tire stops. And Novella didn't, looks like he didn't pit at all. Did the 56 miss his pit box? Yeah, it looks like the 56 may have missed his pit box. Lynott took 2 tires, an 8-second stop. Daniel Smith, 11 seconds, so he too took 2 tires. Kirkpatrick, we saw him move up a ton early in this race, 2 tires, and then after that, 4 tires across the board until Wagaman and Kevin Kyle. But that's P13 and 14, so. All right, it looks like Novella is going to go ahead and hit, so maybe just missed his stall. Bad net code. Let's get a review of that. Yes, can do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what these guys are battling this late in that tire run. You gotta expect the 2 is gonna be, you know, you're kind of, as the 975, you're expecting him to kind of drift up the track a little bit, maybe a little early, maybe a little tight, but all in all, definitely not intentional. Just dealing with the tight race car, squeezing them down. I don't think that was anything more than a racing incident. But unfortunately, Novella, big damage. Brenner, who's been in a lot of wrecks, was involved in a big wreck at Watkins Glen last week, as Ty Kilo got some contact with the Thier through the S's, and that stacked up the field, led to a major wreck in that Watkins Glen race. Took out a lot of good race cars, so I think the 22 was one of them. So, all right, a little bit of change of who's up front. Lynott and Smith, 2 tire stops. And then we've got Kirkpatrick and Tucker. Tucker, your first car with 4 fresh tires in that 66.
Green flag, green flag.
Ahead of Bollinger, who was the leader at the time they came down. So we got green. How much will these tires benefit Lynott, who started last restart in 3rd and fell like a rock? Here's Plant. Oh, really, really loose as a 31, but I think he prefers it that way. Tucker looking for a lane to get by. The 2 cars slower in front of him. Doesn't know what. He's going to take the middle, rotate down to the bottom, as it is a mad dash for the guys with tires to get up to the front. 66 to the bottom. Lynott stuck on the outside, so it will be Smith clearing to the lead of this race, but how long will it be? Again, just an 11-second stop. No way he took 4 fresh tires. And Matt Tucker is looking for the lead of this race. On the outside, he'll rotate. He's got Maurer right behind him, Bollinger. So this is all guys with 4 fresh tires. Manley back in this hunt, running P5. How much battle the 31 has, I don't know. He certainly wanted to save a tire set for later in this race, so just going to probably be content if he can stay inside the top 10 here. He'll wrap the bottom, but you got to expect it here soon. This 66 machine is going to clear through to the lead of this race, and there he does off the nose of the 31, and now Maurer also looks to the outside. This is a 4-man race, but really a 3-man race for this lead position. Tucker wants to see Plant put up as much of a fight as he possibly can. Lynott, however, has dropped all the way back to P15 here since restarting this race in the front. Bauer is able to get around. Next is the 53's time. Let's see, back in this pack, we got any good racing. So we're kind of single file out. Here's Lynott all the way back again to P15. All right, Bollinger has cleared the 31, and now we've got a 3-man race here for this lead position. I do apologize, I have to step away just for a quick minute or two. We will stay here with the leaders as they go. Apologize as we are back again. Most of the field is strung out here. Volpis, though, however, and a 3-car battle here with the 24 and the 23 machine, probably the most exciting battle on the racetrack here. This 24 Ty Kilo, one of the highest I ratings in the league, however, mainly done via IndyCar, so we have referred to him many a time as the Danica Patrick of the MRL. Had great speed at Watkins Glen last week. Unfortunately, got caught up in a wreck through the S's here. He stays side by side. Again, it's just about 17 laps from our stage break here. Lap 60 and then 80 laps to the end of this race. Brenner getting in on the action. This is also Chris Lewis joining this battle. This is all for P8. Oh man, Volpis down on the apron as this side-by-side racing may have used these guys up a little bit. Now we've got a 4-car battle for this spot. As Wingfield starts to set sail, and he's got his eyes on 6th place car of David Owens. Volpis looking for a lane, gonna hop back in line. Marks it down into 3 and 4. All right, and there's a lap 44 caution. As we have got another wreck here. This is the 2 machine again of Babcock. Oh no, Bollander, Benton. And that will end the Tuesday. What happened there? Bollander right behind him. Oh, it was Benton who slapped the wall. I think might have been watching that car in front of them. You could see. Let's get into a view from the perspective of Benton here. And I think he might have done a little bit of that. Seeing a guy in front of him smack the wall, and then he follows suit and comes down and just cleans out himself and the 2, unfortunately. All right, so a lot of those guys, a little bit of a fake down pit road. Are there any takers down pit lane? A couple, Wagaman. Kevin Kyle, Joey Stiers, Steve Bryan, Benton, of course, Babcock around, and then McWhorter also seems to be out on this race. Scored in 28th place here, so. Buddy making weird strategy calls up front. Again, some in real life stuff just got to handle, nothing too crazy, but we will stay with this lead pack here as they get back to racing. So I will be right back.
Green flag, green flag.
I do apologize. We are back here live from Kentucky Speedway. Had to do some father duties that were unexpected, but that dude got 69. But here with just 8 laps to go before the stage, it is still Matt Tucker, your leader. Not too far behind him, Bollinger, Maurer, Smith, who has managed to stay in the top 5 despite the tire difference. Holding off Manley here, Owens, Wingfield, Keela, Volpis, and Sires. Has worked his way up in that the bottom lane there in that kind of old Kyle Busch scheme there at the bottom. He runs that 18 machine. Here he is taking it to the bottom of the 24. All these guys battling for very valuable stage points. Oh, Maurer touches the wall a bit on entry. Swingle, Novella battling a little bit low on that outside lane, lost a couple spots. And now look at this, Stiers taking this one 3 wide. It's him, Owens in the 23 of Wingfield. Owens wisely backs out of that one. Stiers disappeared for a second. He is back there, and now looks like finally Plant's tires are starting to hurt him a bit as he's now under attack here from this 18 machine, as well as the duo side by side behind him, the 23, the 26. Hey, here's Mason Wagaman. We saw him come down and take tires, didn't he? He's up a ton of spots, absolutely flying through this field. It's Mason Wagaman. Hey, there's enough time for him to win this stage. And I think the same is the case here for Stiers. Guys that came down and took tires last time. And this most recent caution, Manley up in the wall. And here's a battle for the lead that came from nowhere. AT machine will surely reappear here in a second. There he goes. Back to the lead, Wagaman. Wagaman has a stage win this year and has put himself in position to finish at least 3rd on this one, as none of these cars with older tires have anything. Now, how much is this going to hurt them here in a second when everybody comes and gets 4 fresh new ones here, diving to the inside of the 66 now. So tires, a strategy call, and even worked out in the short term. As the last time these guys, 15 lap fresher tires, on lap 45 was the difference. And then within 10 laps, we're able to come all the way through the field. Stiers dealing with some internet stuff, disappears and reappears. Are there any battles here? Here's Wheatfield and Manley. This is a battle for P8. Again, one driver does have a win, so playoff bound is that 23 machine. I said father duties, not I had to take a duty. Here it is, their stage winner
The yellow flag
is
is out.
Stiers. Wagaman P2, Tucker Bollinger behind him, Maurer, Smith able to survive on old tires, P6, Owens 7th, Wingfield 8th, Manley 9th, and Volpis is P10. We will catch your stage winner here after a round of pit stops. A little bit of internet issues. I'm afraid if I get him talking too much, it'll overload his internet. So let's see what the Game plan in as these guys catch up to this pace car and prepare for pit stops on our 4th caution of the day. This one by way of the stage. This, I believe, is the first stage win for the 18 this year. Like I mentioned, Mason Wagaman 974 does have a stage win. Tucker looked like he had that one all wrapped up, and then these two guys played spoiler, flying through the field. The question is, they are on 15-lap older tires now, so will they come down and pit and just look to just hope that they get green flag runs, or are these guys going to stay out? So we shall see here. Stiers comes down. It looks like everybody is coming down for 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And the internet connection is struggling. So let's see who is the first off of pit road. There's not a pit road, and oh, there is a pit. All right. Did not see the pit lane camera. My apologies. All right, out first is Stiers. Oh, Tucker. Good pit stop and exit. Wagaman, Maurer, Plant, the 53, the 23, the 11, Volpis, Keela, Manley, Mandela, Runner, Cornwell, Lewis, and I forgot people's names at that point. Scotty is stepping the 48 machine there. Scored currently in P1 is Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle led the charge for the lap 45 pitting sequence, and now with 15, 16 lap older tires, we will see the 42 machine of Kevin Kyle take the lead. Let's see if we can talk to Mr. Stiers. Hey, Joey, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Finn, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. I thought Tucker had all had that stage ripped up, and then all of a sudden, 2 spoilers with tires come flying through the field there. So what's the game plan from here? Are you down a set of tires hoping to stretch it out, or what's the moves?
No, I actually didn't take tires when everybody took tires on that lap 30 caution, and I just kind of was saving my tires there to start the race, and that 10-lap caution there, I rode in the back, and I wasn't even trying to push. So I was really driving my way up before that lap 31 caution. But yeah, we're all on the same tire strategy now. My ping is kind of skyrocketing, so I'm blinking every now and then. So hopefully I kind of stay up here and don't blink and wreck somebody. But
yeah, I mean, well, a hell of a strategy call to get back up here to the front. So good luck, sir, on this race, and let's see you get that 18 in victory lane.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
I'm dropping you in Maurer Motorsports, correct?
Yep.
All right, there you go. Later. All right, so again, Kevin Kyle is your leader. The 42 did not pit this time by, and as you saw there, strategy, and that's what makes, you know, this league so competitive. Is guys are constantly thinking about what could happen. You know, restacking, knowing that, you know, caution might come out here soon. Decided not to take tires on the lap 30 caution, took it on the 45 instead. As a result, that easy of that I mean, they weren't even competitive. It wasn't like this is a decision from P6. Tires was, you know, basically 11th to 14th ish, and able to fly through the field here. So just like that, he flips the field, and him and Wagaman are up front here. All right, well, leading us to green again is that 42 machine. The blinker in front of the field, they're terrified of that. Here he goes. He's going to move down. Apparently, I think he's going to give way to his competitors. He already mentioned he understands there's some issues with the internet there. And now Matt Tucker. Oh, a little loose there. Everybody battling on this grip. Oh, he's going to go. Tucker spins.
Caution.
Oh, he locks it down. No, in the wall. Oh, I caught the wind that he was struggling a little bit with a loose race car here. Let's watch this back from the restart on his view. Certainly felt like he was a little loose here. You could see him sliding it in. Not the worst of damage. Day's not over, but I do think opportunity to win this race has reached an end here for that 66 machine. We'll see, though. He is resilient. Steyrs will retain the lead, it looks like. After the spin by the 66, who's clear for the lead. Nobody else involved in this wreck. And if you are just joining us tonight, we are past the stage break in our MRL Xfinity Series race here at Kentucky Speedway. And things are starting to heat up. Tire strategies have put the 18 and the 974 in the front of this field. The 42 as well. However, on 16-ish lap older tires, how much will he be able to hold up? Is he hoping to kind of stretch this long a little bit, enough to where they get wearing their tires but can't take tires, and to the point where he can put some on and maybe be the fastest in the field? As we saw, it looked like the 66 had all but had this stage wrapped up, the fastest car through that first stint. And then as the new tires went on, Steyrs Wackerman drove through the field, took the top 2 spots in the stage, and then everybody on equal tires, the 66 gets loose on entry. It really hurt his race car. Steyrs yelling at the family, get off the phones, get off the Netflix, everybody get off the internet. Now, we talked a bit about this 18 and that flipping of the stage, but I want to point out that Steyrs was 4th fastest in practice. He has been quick in the races, a new father. He may have other kids, but they've got a newborn, missed some time, obviously, being a dad, but qualified pole at Texas was real fast. It was also fast a couple weeks ago at Dover. An IRP. This is a good race car driver. And now he is back up front here. Again, 5th fastest in practice. And now a strategy call has put him in that very important track position. The question is as they get up through the gears, will his internet hold up? Yes, do hit the thumbs up here, hit a subscribe here at MRL. They broadcast their races consistently all through the week. Catch their Monday Night Mayhem on the Vortex Racing Network. Their Thursday Night Thunder. Friday ARCA Racing here on the MRL channel. You hate that, wouldn't you? Getting all the way up front in the league race, having speed, making a great strategy call, and then your internet gives out. Think back to the 23 machine at IRP, was running 2nd at a restart, blinked, disconnected. It sent him to the back of the field. He went on the win at Watkins Glen last week, so no harm, no foul. But here goes the rolling start here. I think it's about time we hit him with a crank it up. spots. We see 22 saving a slide there, as it is getting real testy here. Just inside the top 10. Side-by-side racing everywhere. Winfield, Owens, Manley, Brenner. Kevin Kyle's lost a lot of spots since this restart. He's back here in P10. Oh man, there he goes. Toward by Cornwell. It's shoved outside. Looks like everything's under control now. And these guys are racing hard. Oh, Ty Keela gets extremely tight in the corner. Cornwell able to save it. Gets up, barely touches contact, but Jesus, man, these guys are pushing these cars for everything they've got. One mistake could end their day or another. It is still the 18 of Stiers and Walkerman who stayed up front. Looks like the speed was no joke, as they have been able to kind of put some space between them. Here's Maurer diving underneath. We've seen him quick, riding up there with that 53 and 66. Guys that look like they had the most raw speed since the start of this race before. The two guys up front spoiled the stage and spoiled the show. Everybody on equal tires here, as the 53's looking side below as well. Let's go back here. We got Bollinger side by side, a step up here, up 13 spots in that 48 machine. Stiff has shown some speed on the season. He's got a top 5 finish this year. He battles Richard Swingle. Swingle had the pole this, or is that Swingle? No, that is Stephen Bryan, sorry. On the outside. Swingle's a couple rows back in that blue car in that bottom lane. See what shape Matt Tucker is in after the self-spin. He's back here battling it out with Dalton Wilson. Looks like he might just be down on a little power. Either that or he's on an old set of tires trying to make a strategy call, but it shows he last pit lap 55, so. Leaders stay the same here. Bollinger unable to get past this 31. They've run single file out. Renner making an appearance here. He's on the outside of Wingfield, and he's got the 11 in his sights as well. Volpus continuing to be a threat just inside this top 10. They are single file throughout the field here. Tires saving, everybody making decisions. We've seen how much tires matter, but have we seen a scenario where fuel might matter? Because there are no more stages to save anybody. If this thing goes green, it'll be who makes the best green flag pit stop, who makes the right tire call, who makes the fuel decision. Somebody stay out, take a gamble that a yellow will come out, hit the field a half, a lap down or so. Right on board with last week's winner, Rayshon Wingfield. On the outside. Good run here. This car was the fastest in practice next to the 66 of Tucker. Certainly knows how to get around here. We talked to him pre-race. He said he really likes the balance of this car. It's a hometown race for him. He's got the win out of the way last week at Watkins Glen, so with 60 laps to go, does Wingfield and P7 have something for these leaders? So he's He's got a little bit of speed here on the 11, just at off throttle time. Well, it's a big exit here, a little tight. Under the lights at Kentucky Speedway, those green walls stand out. Oh man, 22 with a better entry there. And that'll stack these guys up. Stiers has got it up to a second lead, so he's pacing things well. We mentioned him, you know, top 5 speed in practice, so maybe it was just a qualifying effort. Started this race in 16th. This is 3 wide. This is Manley, Brenner, and Vulpes. Oh man, a good run through the center is Vulpes. Should have good momentum on the outside. Manley stuck at the bottom. Looks like we'll be 3 wide for another corner. Vulpes wisely ducks in behind 22. Looking at lap times, most of the guys in the mid 32s. Fastest on the track last time by, the 53 of Bollinger, ran a 32.1, 10 faster than anybody else on the track. This is your battle here around the 8th spot. It looks like Manley has won this battle between Brenner and Vulpes and himself. Owens has moved up, got around Plant Smiths. Plant has a win at Texas this year. One of the better guys in the field at saving tires, making decisions. You got to think is him dropping back a result of strategy, knowing that he wants to maybe push this tire set a little bit further than these guys. He did that before at Texas to get his win. Chose not to short pit, stayed out about 6-7 laps longer than the guy who pit in front of him. That was a Thier at the time. So do we see some patience here from this 31? Auer and Bollinger close to each other here. Again, 2 champions here in the MRL. The 53 continues to be the fastest on the track. Wingfield also ran a 32.25. Fastest cars on the track. Wingfield has gotten around Smith as well, and he's looking to run the 11 deck down. Stiers stretched this lead out to a 1.3 second gap. Team Machine has been quick. He disappears on me. Question is if anybody could pass him, how will the internet handle it? We are single file outside of this battle back here. This is Zachary Morin and Ricky Mandela. We talked about Dennis Puckett. Remembered him on lap 12 of this race. Lost his life this year. Creator of the BRL, Ricky Mandela, is the leader of the amateur series in the BRL. Will be fighting this Sunday for a championship in that amateur series. Not having the best day so far, running around the 20th, but big opportunity for Mandela. Back to your lead, the 53 ran down the 974. Just consistent lap times. Fastest car that time by. Rayshawn Wingfield in the 23 machine, but after that, the 53 has got some of the best pace in the field. How much will this tire wear matter? About 2 seconds off their fastest lap. So there certainly is tire wear. Here's Lewis and Brenner. Brenner losing some spots. Going to be outside the top 10 here. Step, Cornwell, Bolander behind this group. So starting to heat up outside the top 10. A lot of quick race cars, quick drivers. Volpes seems to have cooled down a bit. However, Sires and Wackerman has seemed to have maybe caught this 18 a little bit. Looked like he was going to get ran down. Maybe some tire wear, maybe the 18 pushing a little bit, or, you know, maybe gap managing here, as it seems like the lead has been cut in half lately. Last time by a 10th quicker was the 974. What about this time? Still a 10th. This battle here, as two very quick race cars have kind of worked their way up through from 10th-ish. Oh man, a little bit of contact here. 23, the 11, your pole sitter, so certainly has speed. Both of these guys a little bit quicker than these two in front of them. Oh man, Wagerman has hit the wall on entry there. Certainly going to beat that car up. The 11 clears under Maurer, and Wingfield looks to do the same. Is going to get next to him. Can he clear him on entry? 23 has been incredibly quick. He's tight on the corner, tight on entries, struggling to rotate through. They stay side by side, as they guys talked about all day early in practice. That long sweeping 3 and 4 and rolling the corner and getting tight. Look at that big move here by the 23 to dive it in, but not enough. Is a good entry here by Maurer. But who rolls? Looks like they stay side by side. And now Plant has gotten back in this fight. We talked about, hey, is he saving tire a little bit? Looks like a clear up here by the 23. So Owens the 4th and Wayshawn Wingfield to 5th. And guys, this lead, battle for the lead, has gotten down to 2/10. Steyer seems to have lost a little bit of speed here as we are approaching 45 laps to go. That pit window is certainly opening up. These guys last pit on lap 61, so about 35 laps on these tires, and we're starting to see some real fade off. You got to think, when do you come down, put the fresh tires on? Do we see an undercut from any of these guys coming up here? Are we going to be waiting for a caution? Plant has gotten himself around Maurer. So there's a lot of speed here, as Tucker seemed to be the class of the field with speed earlier in the race. Now we kind of have 3 to 4 guys got some real pace. And I mean, Owens and Wingfield have completely run these guys down. Uh-oh, we have a caution. We have a caution on the track. I don't know what happened. Oh, Brenner, a step. Oh, and that ends the race for Lewis. Let's watch that one back. And the cockpit view of the 48 machine. These guys. He had to have thought that they were more side by side and he was clear. So your leader is being shown as Mason Wagaman. I don't know if he had passed Stiers. Obviously dealing with some internet issues. Is that 18 machine? Had the lead. It looks like maybe Wagaman just got the luck of the draw. So you're going to see everybody here come down pit road and get 4 fresh tires for sure. For what could shape up to be a 40-lap sprint to the finish. And here comes the 974. Things are going to heat up here as Owens and Wingfield were the fastest cars there at the end of that run. And throughout the run, the 23 was extremely quick. Bollinger obviously kind of bided his time. I felt like take too many unnecessary risks. And let's see who wins the race off of pit road here as we approach lap 100 of 140 scheduled. Wagaman and Stiers are out. Bollinger, Wingfield with a good stop. Maurer, Owens maybe with a bad stop. Plant, Volpis, Manley, a step. Bollinger, Avella, Tequila, Cornwell, Lanat, and Kirkpatrick. So it'll be Mason Wagaman here. One of the duo that made that strategy call not to pit on lap 30's caution, but instead to pit at lap 45. Worked their way all the way up through the field to win this stage. Well, Stiers won the stage. Wagaman finished second, but now in a money spot here as he spent most of that stint, that last green flag stint, just kind of trying to run down the 18. Didn't really have much until very, very end, and then passed him right before the yellow came out. So who's got the short run speed, but also the long run speed? Is we're going to have about 39 laps to go. That's about what they ran that last tire stint on. So if this goes green, this will be a tire management scenario. Who's the best in the field at that? Well, the 23 certainly was the quickest at the end of that run. The Wagaman himself did run down the leader and pass him. Bollinger was quick as well. The 31's got 2 wins this year with tire management. Shout out to the 48 up P8. Got involved in a wreck earlier in this race. Accidentally spun Brunner for bring out this caution. That 48 Lowe's Chevrolet on the outside of row 4. Your top 10, Wagaman, Stiers, Bollinger, Wingfield, Maurer, Smith, Volpis, Estep, Bollinger, and Hunter Manley in the 26. 40 laps to go here. It is our 6th caution of the night at the MRL Xfinity Series. Wednesday Night Racing starts 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're enjoying what you're watching, hit that subscribe button. Support these guys. Support these leagues that put on these fantastic racing performances. It's been a great night tonight. A lot of comers and goers. A lot of tire fall off. And here we go. Could this be the last green flag? Or yellow flag? Could we see green all the way to the end here? Control car is the 974 through the Geico restart zone, and they all fire off. And a great start here by Wagaman. Bollinger right underneath him, as they will both clear the 18 machine of Stiers. Howard looking to do the same. 53 knows that there's some long run speed. Oh man, here we see them both. Oh, and Mao. Big block thrown on Maurer. Is that low entry going to help Wagaman through the corner? Might even help Stiers. He's got a huge run. Right on the bumper, going low. He's going to clear himself. Big run there. That big block. And look at this. This 18 is battling back. A little slide jab. Through the corner. Joey back to the lead with 38 to go. The 53 sees an opportunity as well. Arcs the corner in is the 18. 53's got 2 wins on the year. He's going to slide up just a bit. Lock him in. Is there enough space? He gives it. Looking to play spoilers. Some guys looking to lock themselves into the playoffs with a win. 53 is relentless. Tires takes out that middle lane. Ollinger, excellent exit on that corner. Look at these guys battling 4 wide in the back, but we're going to stay with this battle for the lead. Wagman content to stay behind these guys. Good exit there by the 18, but who's using up the tires? We talk about tire saving. Guess what? P4. 31, Plant Smith, spent his time not pushing the issue. Now, gonna watch these guys use their cars up. He's done it before, he'll do it again. Here's Wingfield, Volpis. Here's Bollinger going again for the lead. Relentless. Would rather lead this race and tire manage from the front, but is he pushing the car too hard? Steyer's doing everything he can to stay in front. How hard are you willing to push? Who has a tire set? Who doesn't? Who thinks it's going green and takes their time? Wingfield to the outside of Maurer. This is for P5. Owens has fallen back since this restart heavily. A rough pit stop and now a rough restart. What is going on with this 11 machine? Oh man, in the wall. Looks like that's Stephen Bryan. Things seem to have relaxed a bit in that front. Bollinger hangs about 3/10 back behind the leader. But he's running him down. I think the 18 knows that last time he was a little too used up at the end of that run, so maybe not rushing to get too far ahead. So I think it may be strategy, as he was certainly the quickest car. Got up to a 2.5 lead for a bit on that last stint. This Matt Novella stuck behind Cornwell. He's got Lynott to his outside. Lynott recovered after pit strategy sent him way to the back. But no damage on that 988. Looking clean. Here's Novella to the bottom. 3 wide. This is Cornwell, Novella, and Lynott. Well, real high up. Not a whole lot of grip up there. And Novella will clear through both of them. That's 2 positions for the 56, just outside of the top 10. Here's Novella, here's Molitor. A-car has been busy tonight. All right, we've got a caution. We've got a caution. Oh man, Lynott, Tequila. Let's see what we have here. Kirkpatrick turns. We just said Lynott hadn't been through anything. All right, Tequila just went through the grass. So just a single car spin, nobody too damaged. And that'll stack this field right back up. The 18 car maintains the lead. You'll have 30 to go. It's a question. These guys just put tires on 12 laps ago. Who takes the risk? Who takes the risk right now to have the freshest tires on the track for 30 laps? Or does everybody come do that, use up their set, and then who takes the other opposite risk? Don't take tires right now. Expect a caution in 20 laps. And then have the tires to put them on and then race through this field. This is a tough strategy call. Hey, Sean Wingfield in the grass there. So we'll see who makes the decision. This is a tough decision. And I do not envy being the first. Okay, looks like... Oh no. The 53 absolutely missed the commit line. I don't know if that's relevant here. Wingfield has come down the pit. Kirkpatrick. I don't know if that's a penalty. Am I blind? The commit line is, there's a square in the ground. You could see there, that's the commit line right there through that, right next to the post. I don't know. I don't know if that's a rule in this league or not, but we will see what happens to the 53, if that is a penalty or not. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but if that's a penalty, the 53 may have hurt himself. If not, that is the strategy call that the 23 and the 53 have made, which is come down for tires. I have a message from somebody, so we shall see. Owen's got a speeding ticket. Ah, okay. That's what I need. I need something that tells me where the penalties are. See a race control. I guess we'll have to see here. I'm not seeing anything pop up. I see a couple meatballs. So a speeding ticket for the 11 is what sent him back. It seems like he's recovered a bit there. He sits 9th. You're going to have just about 25-ish laps left in this race. Your freshest tires on the track sit P14 and 15 at the moment. That's the 23 and the 53. 2 race winners, so, you know, who can make these weird strategy calls? Certainly guys that aren't worried about playoffs. They're worried about winning today. And only today. Don't have to think about anything else. Can take weird risk. What's a bad day do for them? Points mean nothing. And the playoffs are guaranteed, but 2 guys up front here are looking for their first win of the season. Plant behind him looking to play spoiler, and of course a bunch of other guys that looking to get a win. So here, Steyrs with about 28 laps, 27 laps to go. We're green. How will the strategies play out here at Kentucky Speedway? Wingfield and Walter, so it looks like penalty-free is the 53. And here comes those new tires on the bottom there. As Plant is going to clear through Wagner with a bad restart here. He's going to cycle back to 4th as Maurer and Plant get by them. But there's some cars absolutely flying to the front right now. Look at that, on the bottom lane is that 23 machine. He is quick and coming. He's going to slide up in front of the 53. There goes Wingfield. Side by side with the 53. Those tires are definitely going to come into play, but it might not happen immediately. It'll come with some time. These guys certainly pushing on the restart. Owens on the outside of Manley, right in front of these guys. Not too many lanes to go. If you're these guys on new tires, you'd like to see them get single file as quick as possible. Oh man, Cornwell gets really high in the middle of the corner. .25 to go here at Kentucky Speedway. Oh man, Manley, Owens. That's going to open up a little bit of room on the outside for the 23 machine. What happens to the 53? Does he take it in the middle? The 11 blinks for a second. He's back. Wingfield to the outside of the 8 of Bolander. Looks like the 53 is also taking a liking to this outside line. Oh my goodness, 3 wide. Okay. Brings out to the outside of Owens as Wingfield. We've got a battle for the lead though. Daniel Smith is pushing for it. We talked about him waiting in the wings, letting everybody else use their stuff up. And here he is. The tire saving king. Oh man. Owens making life difficult for the 23. Might be some bad blood from some other racing leagues. Leaking the tea. Making life difficult for Wingfield. Wingfield is able to get to the outside of him. But it'll be a Ryan Newman experience here. Meanwhile, Bollinger has cleared through these guys. I did not catch that. So Ford fresh tires. Now sit P4. Oh no, a spin! The 23 is hit by the 11. He saves it. What? The yellow flag is thrown despite it being saved. Just on the exit there, a big save. He throws the caution despite nothing happening. And just like that, the field will be able to pit for tires. Oh, the 53 hates to see that. Oh, the 53 hates to see that. Had a 12 lap tire advantage. Might have used this last set. I don't know how much sets they have. The 53 has put tires on every time. And now he might be, him and Wingfield might be the, as here comes the field for sure. Malvern will pit as expected. Bollinger, Wingfield out. Stiers, Smith, and the rest of the field come down. There's not going to be much of a buffer, if you will, I don't think. I don't know. We see about 10 cars staying out, so maybe that's going to be enough here for this 53 machine. Stiers is out, Smith is out, Mauer's out. Your freshest tires right there. Wagaman, Volpis. Owens made sure not to speed this time. All right, so this is what we're looking at. We're going to go green with about 18 laps to go. We're looking at just about 10 cars in front of these guys with tires. All but one of these 10, or 2 of the 10, however, have pit at lap 110. Swingle, pit lap 98. Novella, pit at lap 98. Everybody else, pit about 9 laps ago. Stormed to the front. Small contact. Brings out the caution. Let's flip the race on its head. Is 20 laps enough? Is 10 cars enough of a buffer for the 53 and the 23 to get out and fight for a win? These two guys already with a win. Or are these tires going to matter? Did they push those cars too much? And will this 18, 31, 971 be able to get back through the field, starting just outside of the top 10? 53 chooses the inside again. Novella. Hey, don't speak too quick. The 66, who spun from the lead earlier on a restart, is back in the top 4 here. Has spent the better half of this race dealing with some damage. He did pit on lap 110 for tires. Lynott, another driver, been on some weird strategies. You talk about Mandela competing for the amateur championship in the BRL. We talked about earlier the sister league here. He's looking for a win tonight. He sits fifth car. Dalton Wilson has had some speed throughout the year, just some bad luck. He sits seventh, so Kevin Kyle, who didn't pit early in this race when everybody else did, saving that set of tires for now. Maybe he has one more set just in case we go a bit longer, but here we go. The 53, the 23, you're gonna look to get as far away from the pack as they possibly can. Here we go. 20 laps to go at Kentucky.
Green, green, green.
A good fire off here from your bottom lane. Wingfield a little tight on entry. Tucker had all the speed in stage one. How much went away with that damage? Choosing the high line is the 23. And it's all side set. Uh-oh, big caution, caution, caution. The 48. Cornwell, oh, Cornwell throws it in there, a step. The air gets upset. A single car spin, no damage. All right, so another caution here, our 9th of the night. How much ground did anybody make up on the fresh tires? Tires is up 2 spots to P9. Certainly likes that he got re-racked, but you want that tire wear to matter. The more laps under yellow, the less of an advantage he will have over the 53 and the 23. Strategy calls of the day have led us to here, the final 15-ish laps of this race. And it is the 53 and the 23 making a huge call. Just a couple cautions to go to come down, get tires, and as a result, they'll cycle to the front. And it looks like there might have just be enough people on a similar strategy to hold off the newer tires and sit back in P9. They stack them up here this time, though. Novella will be a couple rows back, and it'll be your 2 freshest, well, I wouldn't say freshest tires, but 2 fastest cars on the track. Wingfield certainly impressive on that last run, working up through the field. Bollinger paced around in 3rd. Just hear something? Thought I heard something crazy in my ears. We will take the green flag with 15 to go here. I don't know what the bets are on whether or not this is our final caution of the day. I just know in 15 laps we will crown a winner. Will it be a new winner? These guys on the front They're not new winners. They've been around. Tucker, row 2. Lynott, row 2, looking for their first win on the year. So is Novella and Mandela. Through the Geico restart zone we go. Ollinger, Wakefield, who's going to get the best jump?
Green flag, green flag.
And a big push by the 53, the 66 with a great start. Lynott looks to hop to the outside. We're 3 wide here. Wakefield hates this, and Tucker loves it. He has had all the pace in the early part of this race. The self-spin this year has been a story of recovery. But is the 53 gonna play spoiler to the redemption act here? Steyers has worked his way up to 6 there. And he's got Novella and Lynott in his sights. Plenty of time here to go. But is the tire wear enough here? The 23 back in the fight. Here comes Steyers and Maurer to the bottom of Novella now. This is for P5. Steyers disappears. Oh no, big wreck. Big wreck, big wreck.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh no. Kevin Kyle on the outside. Oh, Walkerman turned by the 11 and then pays the favor. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, just tough racing. How many cars caught up in that? Let's see it from the eyes of Randy Cornwell. Oh, and how did he get through that? Was that a step? What was a step doing? There, dude. Didn't even care about lifting, brother. No braking. All right. Woof. Okay, so our 10th caution of the day. I made a joke earlier that we would all get to bed early if these guys stayed green, and that was our 3rd caution of the night. 2 of them were planned. But you know the phrase, cautions breed cautions, and we have got 10 lined up. Should go green with about 10 to go. Colin Mullinger, the 53, is your leader. Tucker is quick. It just doesn't seem like he's got much speed for the 53. Same for the 23. However, sitting in P5 is the freshest tires on the track. Hitting at lap 119, so about 8 lap fresher tires. However, these caution laps have made life difficult here for these guys as their advantage dwindles every time they take a lap at 45 miles an hour. These guys are going to get stacked up here. It will be 10 to go when we go back green. It is a late night race here, MRL. That it's literally the Moonlight Racing League. This is the Night Owls. So, let's go through the field here. Bollinger, Tucker, Winkfield, Lynott, and Maurer is your top 5. Stiers, Volpis, Keela, Mandela, and Dalton Wilson round out the top 10. Fresh tires are in row 3 here. How aggressive do they play, knowing that we are just 10 laps away? Both of these guys on fresh tires need a win. Just 2 drivers in the top 10 have a win this season. As the 53 leads us through the restart zone. And these boys are ready to go. Here, another great restart by the 53. Able to clear through the leaders. However, the 18, oh man, he gets a little bit high in the corner, but he's going to make a pass on the bottom. Stiers gets a big run here off of the exit. Maurer looking for P4 underneath Tucker as well. Tight there, Tucker stuck on the outside. Stiers, can he get around? How quick can he get around the 23? And then we'll be able to run down the leader. How much do the tires matter? They made a strategy call earlier to win the stage. Can he do it to win the race? Maurer also, same strategy as the 18. All over his bumper for P4. Ducking under the 23. Be able to clear him, but also the 53 not able to get away. Now we're on the bumper. Will these guys fighting each other sabotage their opportunity? Looks like a little stuck in the high line there is the 971. Stiers has got to make quick work of Wingfield here. Either that or pick him and hope for a caution. Has saved enough tire though. Here goes a 23. Good run on the leader. Is he gonna make a move for the lead here? The 23. '18, a big run. The 23 puts a block. 18 looks to the opportunity to the inside. Can he make it stick? Disappears. Where will he come back? Oh, Maurer is outside now. Wingfield seems to have enough pace to compete with the 53. Maurer on the outside with the fresh tires. Here comes Plant getting in on the action. Oh no, Stiers may have disappeared for good here. I think he has. Oh no. He respawns in on the outside of P2. What is happening here? The tires are coming to life. Daniel Smith also on this strategy. So 3 cars with fresher tires all battling it out. 5 to go here at Kentucky. Oh man. The 18 working on the inside. It's just so tough to pass here. Not enough tire wear. Maurer on the outside. He might have a run here to finally get past this 18. 18 doing everything he can, but I think this might be the it for him. Oh. On the entry, the 23 hits the wall. Man, Plant might put these guys 3 wide on exit. Oh, big block. We are 3 wide on exit. He's going to stay low to pin the 31 to the bottom. Oh my goodness, are we going to be 4 wide in Kentucky? Somebody call Cole Custer. Wingfield is blocking 3 lanes at the moment. The 53 loves it. 3 to go here. Oh man, Maurer can't get it done on the outside. Just not enough grip there at the moment. Somebody's in the wall. Is it Manley? Oh man, Bollinger absolutely loving all of this. The more these guys fight, the more he's been able to pull ahead to 310, 72 to go here at the line. himself. He is now the first car fresh tires, but the 18 sucking to the bottom. When will the tire wear kick in? If it does, the 23 looks to be struggling here. Doing everything he can to hold P2. He has to pick a lane to block. He chooses the bottom. Plant to the outside. These are 3 race winners up front now. White flag lap. Plant to the bottom. Big aggressive move. White flag, a 4/10 advantage here to your leader. This is the battle for P2. Wingfield getting shot down now on that highland, looking for a big run on exit here. I don't think we see anything too aggressive. I think the 53 has got this one wrapped up. As we enter turn 3 for the final time today, look at a big move by Novello on the outside. For the 3rd time this season, oh, they're wrecking at the line. Colin Bollinger wins at Kentucky. Oh, chaos at the line. All right, your finish. Colin Bollinger, Daniel Smith, P2, Joey Stiers, P3, unable to get through the field. Wingfield, P4. Bollinger recovers, great day, up 20 spots. P5, Novello the same, 20 spots to P6. Volpis 7th, Matt Tucker 8th. Bauer with the spin at the line goes to 9th. And Hunter Manley rounds out your top 10. This is your race-winning moment for the 53, his 3rd win of the season. Just consistency from this 53 machine. A beautiful night race here at Kentucky ends with the win from Colin Bollinger. As you can see, your top 10 there on that left side. Big wreck at the line. An intense race for the win. As new tires, old tires. I mean, this was a classic strategy-based mile-and-a-half experience. And let's get these guys in here for their race interviews. As we should be talking to Stier, Smith, and Bollinger at some point. Let's talk to your 3rd place driver here, Stiers. Hey, Joey, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Man, strategy call wins you the stage. And then it looked like you had all this race wrapped up, and then an untimely caution put you in a weird scenario where you had to take the pit and end up 11th. Came up just a little bit short. How did you feel there at the end of the race?
Yeah, we definitely burned our stuff up there. We took our last set of tires with about 20 to go, and I did a lot of my using up my tires there the first couple laps, and I think I restarted, I don't know, 12th, 13th or something, and I drove it up within the top 7 relatively quick. And by that time, I kind of knew I used up a pretty good amount of my tires, and Colin was pretty good on the long run at saving tires, so I knew getting around him and Ray would have been a tough feat to do. So I was just lucky enough to even get a podium, to be honest, because Nate was definitely faster than me. Ray was faster, and a lot of these other guys. And that deal with Matt Tucker, it really sucks that I kind of blinked on the restart there, and going into 1, he was on my outside and he got loose and he wrecked. So he probably had the dominant car to start the race and probably the best long run car here. And it was unfortunate that he kind of, I guess my internet kind of
Yeah.
stalled him out there, and he got loose and spun. So hate it for that guy. But other than that, it was really good race tonight. We had a lot of good speed, and I'm kind of happy with our P3 result.
Yeah, I mean, just from the booth here, just all the various strategies. Before you guys pit, it looked like Wakefield and Bollinger. They took that risk to go back and have a little bit fresher tires, and then it flipped up on them and looked like you might have the opportunity, but just enough guys put a buffer, and it looks like it just wasn't able to get up to the front. But good, clean racing up there from you guys. A real solid day from you. I feel the win coming for this 18 machine, man.
Man, we're close each and every week, except them road courses. We really struggled last week, and yeah, these ovals, we're starting to put it together. We're showing a lot of good speed here at the ovals. So I mean, if we stay consistent, we'll get one here sometime, because we're really trying. This driver here is really eager for a win.
Yeah, well, you're about as close as it gets. So congratulations, solid race tonight. You're looking great in the ones that your newborn let you get to. So good luck the rest of the season. I'm sure we will having a victory lane conversation here soon, man.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thanks, Finn. You have a good rest of your night, buddy.
You too, man. All right, we've got your winner here in the booth. Third win of the season. A strategy call late here, Colin, to go get tires. You in the 23. Was it mainly the fact that you had 2 wins locked up already that let you do that, or did it just feel like the right call regardless?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a risky call, but in that moment, I was sitting there like, well, you don't want to not pit, and then it goes green, and then you let those set of tires sit there. So I figured I'd come down, take them, and luckily through the 2 or 3 little 5-lap runs that we had, we got to like I think 4th and 5th there, and then it just gave us enough track position to hold off the guys that ended up pitting there. I think that's 18, and I want to say the 971.
Right. I do think if it stayed green, I think you guys were going to win clearly. I think you had already gotten up to 4th. The 23 and the 11 are kind of dealing with some, I guess, other series drama, and that kind of held him up, and I was following that, and then next thing I know, you would pass them and you were battling for 4th. So but it looked like fortunately about 10 cars were on your guys' the same strategy and just held off the 18 enough. So I mean, 3 wins on the year, you're red hot. And outside of last week, which we don't count last week, Watkins Glen, we're looking at a three-peat for you here in the 53.
I mean, the playoff, you still got to perform in the playoffs. It's nice to win now, but I like to win, in the playoffs when it actually matters. Not that this doesn't matter. We're getting points, we're stacking them, but just got to keep it consistent. I think we go to Richmond next week.
I just show up in call raise. I don't know the schedule.
He's just here, everybody. He's just here. No,
listen, I'm worried about Monday night where I'm trying to not wreck myself when I have speed. So
I hear you.
Well, look.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say no. I just got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to defend the title over there, defend a second or third straight title here. I got a lot on my plate too, but no, I don't know. Like I said, just keeping it consistent is the name of the game.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere we were, right, throughout the race, it seems like you've got the consistency down, and that's what we've talked a bit about with this league, especially, I-rating capped and things like that. Well, what separates the top drivers? And the speed's there. You obviously have the speed at pretty much every track we go, again, except Watkins Glen. We'll forget that one. However, it just seems like every time I see you're making smart decisions, you're making smart pit decisions, you're not pushing the issue, and I haven't seen too many scenarios where you've wrecked yourself type deal. So it's been impressive to watch, whether or not you're recovering or just, again, today, just consistent. It looks like you were content behind Wagerman on that long run to kind of run down the 18 right before that caution came out. And then, of course, making the strategy call that led to a win. So congratulations today, man. And looking forward to more dominance.
Yep. Thank you, buddy.
All right, later. All right, that'll about do it here. From Kentucky Speedway, thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight. Fantastic finish that led to a 3rd win for the 53 machine, your back-to-back champion. So does anybody have anything? I mean, Smith right there in P2, he's got 2 wins on the year. He's looking fantastic. Wingfield and the 18 have come to life. Wingfield with his win at Watkins Glen and then a strong performance here. So real good battle as we continue through the season, getting ever closer to that chase for the playoffs. So thank you for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed what you watched, hit that subscribe button. We will see you next Wednesday for the MRL Xfinity Series, brought to you by the Intentional Wreck Podcast.